Right, I suppose let's make a move forward. Let's put the bus into gear and brake off. I'll slowly make our descent. Wait at these lights. And brake on. Oh, it's nice. Oh. Exhausted. And we'll make sure the interior lights are on, which I believe these ones. There we go. Let's pull into this bus stop here. Now, according to the AI list, the 322 is the Enviro 200, but me personally, I think because the Enviro 200 or the London City 200 only has a capacity of 35, I think it's too small to be used on the 322. Hence why I've put on the Dennis Tridents instead of using the London City 200. As always, also don't forget to like, subscribe, press the notifications button so you can get all the latest content coming out of Bossman Moss TV. It's just me jumping on the curb a little bit there, so I didn't turn wide enough. Now I know the top bar says I'm doing 36, 37, but as for me, I tend to go off the speed limiter on the bus because on the clock itself it's actually in miles per hour, where the German side at the top there do it in kilometres, and I prefer to go by the miles per hour because I'm in England, I'm British, and I'm also on the English roads here. So I prefer going off the miles per hour, which is on the speedo on the dashboard there, rather than the speed limit at the top near the menu. I'm going to get this bus, that's okay. So here we do a left and then a right immediately. Stop at these lights here. So here we are pulling it in hill. Sorry about the lagginess. I'll have to have a tweak around with the settings later on. But from what I've seen from other people's London DLC on Omsi, this is quite laggy for them as well. So I know I don't need to worry there. One thing I do need to do though is turn down the centre spring thing on the wheel, because it's very stiff for me to turn. So I need to do that later on. Sort out the brakes pedal, but apart from that, it's going swimmingly. So everyone off here at Herne Hill Station. Picked up 19 passengers today so far. We have not too bad. You don't find many of these Dennis Tridents left around now. They're slowly going extinct. There's more Volvos than there is Dennis Tridents now. A lot of independent companies like J Coaches and things like that, they tend to use a lot of Dennis Tridents on the school services, but they're having to resort down to buying Volvo B7 Plaxton Presidents and things like that now, because they're running out of Dennis Trident, which is a shame, because Dennis Tridents, me personally, I think they're some of the best deckers there is. Along with the older variant Enviro 400s. MMCs are good, but they're not as good as the original Enviro 400s. And then the Enviro 400s are not as good as the original Dennis Tridents. Here's my cat, so lucky. He's watching my cat now. Give her some gammon for her dinner, and she's just took it off the plate and eating it. She's a spoiled cat, she is. She's got gammon, she gets fed all sorts of stuff, she does. But she's enjoying the gammon, so that's a good thing. It's good to know. There's a street light over there that I painted up in red myself. I tend to make some of my own repaints. Excuse me, not many granted, but I do make the odd one now and again. Many from a company. I do personalised ones from a company, providing I'm not using a company that's already got ones that's been made on fellow films. I'm still working on a new design for my repaints for this company. I've got something in mind, but I haven't finished it yet. But once I have, it'll all be revealed. Rosendale Road. Slow it down. Speed humps. There we go. Let's pull in here. I wonder when these updates are going to come out, because they're making a meal of it, because the first one came out just before Christmas. But we haven't heard nothing about the second update yet for this map. Hopefully that comes out sooner rather than later, because it's really needed. And not just that, the loads of things were meant to come with this, and so far we've only got half of what the trailer shows you. So I ain't going to complain, because Reese, the London development team, have done a fantastic job of this map. Absolutely fantastic. It's really well done out, and all the buildings Reese built himself from scratch, rather than copying them from other maps like others do. But absolutely fantastic. He's done a fantastic job, he has. Sit in here for a few minutes. A little bit early. My cat looks happy sat down there, licking her lips after that piece of gammon she's eaten. the cat doesn't like going to copy it. It's quite funny. So if everyone's wondering, I use a Logitech G920 steering wheel. I've had this for about 2-3 years now nearly. Done me quite well considering. Might replace it later on in the year for the new Logitech, but I haven't decided yet. Temperature's finally starting to rise on the vehicle, that's good. Hear rattling in the background, that's my cat. She's playing with her little ball. I think we're nearly halfway there now to Crystal Palace. So I hope everyone's doing okay and holding up well with this lockdown that we're in, national lockdown due to COVID. I know it's been a trying 2 years. Year. We've had it for a year now. This is going to be coming up to the second year of having it nearly. It's been a trying year. I know last year was really difficult for everyone, and everyone was finding it really hard with it all, with the panic buying and all that. Now, why couldn't that taxi go beforehand? I don't know. But yeah, it's not been easy for people. I know a lot of people are still struggling with it now. But hopefully, we'll prevail. I need to repaint that decker. So I forgot to do then. Well, I hope everyone's keeping safe and looking after themselves, and I hope all your loved ones are all working together to help triumph through this. All these trying times is difficult. I know, my granddad lives at the top of my street and I can't even go and see him. Oh, I got a good cup of coffee. Let's have a look at this. Hands back on the wheel. Let's take some more driving. So, even though this is based on Spirit buses that was based in Northumberland, the fleet numbering for the company is worked off the listing that Steve Hurst was going to do. The Dennis Darts were 201, 202, etc, etc, and I've sort of implemented that on here. So when I first opened Spirit buses on BCS, excuse me, we had the I got two Enviro 200s, the London City 200, sorry, you don't want to get copyrighted, fleet number 201, 202. And I was using them on Smarden every day of the Smarden power blinds, which you can get off Fellow Films, which were absolutely amazing. The other thing is I've found out, which is annoying, a lot of them, if you have these modded power blinds here, you can't have HOF files of any others in because they clash and nothing will load up on the screen. Yes, they'll get on, but the destination won't show. So that can be quite annoying at the best of times. But I suppose sacrifice we're making it. But yes, when I set up Spirit Busters, we had the 200s and Dennis Trident. And they're absolutely amazing to use on the 349 up in around Smarden. 349 and 347. Absolutely amazing to have on there. Mine was the start to have some wear and tear for them now with the 200s, which have been used on Smarden all the time. They were every single day by me, and I was starting to get issues with them. Because what I expect, you know, those who have played on Smarden will know Smarden's quite. It's a stressful route for buses on there because you've got to drive up a mountain, which stresses them. It's good fun though. Only limited deckers can get up it, mind. Tridents only just, but the struggle. The Volvo B7 LX400s fly up it. MMC Volvo 200s 8.9 meters fly around it. A lot of other vehicles can barely make it up. The Volvo, you're right, Eclipses, they can make it up. The old variants, the new ones that are coming in the DLC for Yorkshire, unclear because I haven't tried them because they haven't been released yet. But when they do, that'll be the first thing I'll be trying is them around Smart and see how they cope going up the mountain for the 349. Well, my intentions were, when I first opened Spirit Busters on BCS, was just to be a small little company, and my intentions were just to do a few school runs and the service run on Saturday, and that was going to be it. That's all my intentions were. So I was just going to have 3-4 vehicles in the fleet, and that was it. I was just going to leave it like that. But then I got more drivers, so obviously demand, and then I decided to get London at the company, which obviously you can't have London without any London buses. So it transpired into having London, Manliac 3, the old variant, not the new one because it hasn't been put on Feather Films or available for BCS yet. Obviously Smarden, Yorkshire, Scunthorpe, Gainsborough. Didn't get Strashire though. I like Strashire, it's a good map. Oh, I took the wrong turning. Oh dear. Plan B. I'll edit this bit out. Bus came out of gear there. Took the wrong turning there. We were meant to go left, instead I went straight on. That's because this morning, normally on a morning, I'd normally do the 432 service and I go straight on all the way. It's not very often I do I haven't done the 322 for some time now, and I just have to drive for this taxi. Normally on a morning, that's what I'm to do with the N2 as well, the early mornings. Oh dear, what a plonker. It's just as well I noticed before it was too late, isn't it? The passenger will be thinking, hey, what's the 322 come from that way? A few days after do the winter event. I should get that done this week. I know I should go slow on the speed humps, but I don't want to be late. 1.2 minutes late now. Robson Road. Double decker that. Hey! Oh, need to cut someone off. So I've got a lot more passengers to go. So this is now with the the London City 200, we'd have to leave all these behind because the capacity is only 35 on there. Where these capacity is 73. And look, so far we've got what, 46 passengers. So that's why I think this is between something to. They put something bigger on this in the AI, something like dual door street light, but I think that only holds up to 42. But I think the Tridents are better suited for the 322 service, if I'm brutally honest. We're supposed to be getting some different variants of the London City 200s for this map, but again, not everything was ready when it got released. Even though it took 5 years to make this, not everything is ready. The day it was released, that was a headache of its own. It was late on release date, didn't get released until the afternoon, and what a headache that was, and not everything was working, and you wouldn't think it's been 5 years in development. Good looking bus, this. One thing I don't like is why all the buses have to be red in London. Why can't it be like up here? A lot of companies run off the Nexus contracts, which is very similar to Transport for London, but the lot of run their own actual bus liveries. They don't have to be in the Nexus livery all the time. They can be, but they don't have to be. It'd be nice if instead of having Transport for London, all the buses being London red, if we could have multicoloured different buses in London. But I suppose in a way it makes it easy as well, because I know a lot of the time when contracts change over to another company, from one company to another, sometimes the vehicles go with them along with the drivers sometimes, which I suppose it makes it easier. Instead of just repainting the bus, you just put your logo over theirs and boom, you're done. So I suppose it does make it easier with that sort of thing, but I just think it'd be nicer if they could have buses in London like everywhere else, multicolours, you know, like a Riva livery, the Stagecoach livery, Go Ahead, you know, all them liveries. Speaking of other big buses, from what I've seen, if the information is correct, Studio Polygon, the people that made the light packs, the street lights, are currently making, and it's in development, I think it's nearly ready actually, Volvo B10 Renaults, and I believe, could be wrong, Volvo B7 Gemini 1, or it's a B9. I think it's a Volvo B9 Gemini 1 that they're making. It's either a B9 or B7. It looks like a B9. Well, I could be wrong, but hopefully it is a B9, which I'm looking forward to buying in the DLCs if that's the case. Because I like me Volvos. I like me Volvos and I like me Dennis's. My ADL's my favourite. Well, Dennis Dart's my favourites. Enviro 200s, the older Enviro 200s. Cadets coming, and Volvos. But Optus Solo for minibus has to be an Optus Solo. Can't be a good Optus Solo. Not the SRs, the older variants, the 8.5 metre, the 9.2 metre, the 9.5. the 8.8 meters, the 8.9 meters, all the different variants you can get for a solo, which I think is fantastic. Also with an Opta Solo, you get different engine types as well. You get the Mercedes engines, you can get the Cummins engines, the MAN engines. Where I live, Scarlet Band operate the service where I live, and all their Opta Solos, well most of them, Cummins engine, which is really good. More power in them with the Cummins engine. And Weardale, this is another operator near me, their Opta Solos all have MEN engines, MAN engines. The same with the Opta Versa, that has a MAN engine as well. I think the only ones that have a Mercedes engine is the small Solo that they have, and I believe the two SRs that they have, which were converted from hybrid to diesel. And they've got one Cummins Solo engine, which was a big Solo, which used to belong to GSB Travel, which then went to Scarlet Band to be used as a spare bus for park and ride, and then they went and sold it to Weardale after converting it into a Cummins engine. So, which I believe that's 9.6 meters in length, maybe a little bit bigger. I know it's a longer Solo, I know that. Which Weardale use that every day on the 101 service, along with either the Opta Versa or they'll put the MCV, BDL MCV on there. But at the moment, with COVID and restrictions, they've got two SRs on it at the moment, the big one, and they've got a normal size one, which the normal size one I believe is 8.9 meters in length, which used to belong to Manchester City Transport, which they converted them. Never mind. One thing I do like on here is the street lights. The only problem with the street lights is the lighting script inside. When it's in the dark, passengers get onto it, it's too dark, and that's because Studio Polygon scripted the lights, because on the scripts you get for the Omsi, the light scripts, you have two sets, lights 1, lights 2, one side, left side, and they've only scripted the one side because it's all in one row. So even though the indoor lights are on and the interior lights are on, the passengers still complain that it's too dark inside the bus on a night. So, which affects your company your score when you're on it on BCS. Which me personally, I'd have gone first half the bus light 1, second half light 2. Simple. But no, they didn't do that. But I ain't gonna knock Studio Polygon because they've done an absolutely fantastic job with the ADL Enviro 400 MMC DLC that they brought out. Streetlights work really well apart from the light script. So I ain't gonna complain with them because they've done quite a good job. Excuse me. Master Switch have done a fantastic job with the Gemini 3 pack and the Street Decker pack. Absolutely fantastic job. And I believe they are working on getting Yorkshire 3.0 out as well with the new Volvo B8s and the other variant Eclipses, which I'm looking forward to. So they're two fantastic stuff right there. Developers, two fantastic developers right there. A little bit fast over these speed humps I am. Slow it down a little bit, it's better. See about 15 miles an hour there, which is about 24-25 kilometers. which in the next video I will be in some of the London DLC variant vehicles that are available, i.e. the Routemaster, London City 200, the Volvo B5 Hybrid MCV Decker, which I tried to drive this morning, but I couldn't get it to go any more than 7 miles an hour for some bloody reason. So they're the vehicles I'll be trying out next. I'll also be having I'll be using different variants of the Gemini pack, Gemini 2, Gemini 3, the B5 variant, the Street Decker variant. So they're all to come as well for Omsi. So I look forward to that. So what you can expect on ETS when I do Euro trucks, there'll be Euro trucks Pro mods like I've done before with Viva trucking. There's my old group, the JBR group, which has now changed its name. I left that. So I was the CEO of. I resigned from that. But I'll go do my own thing. They're doing a good job, I think, but don't hear anything from them now. So gives me a bit of peace and quiet. These passengers on and off. You see the where I am. We don't have buses with double doors like that. We only get the single door variant. We all get on and off at this front door here where I live. We don't have this bit. Which you see with this, it takes up more room, so you have less capacity with them doors there. Whereas where I live, with them doors gone, it gives you more capacity, which means you have more room, so you're able to get more passengers getting on and off at the front door. Next stop, West Willow Hill. Everyone's went to go off here. Yes, I'm at Crystal Palace now, aren't I? These Dennis Tridents were made by V3D, which again he's a fantastic guy. He created the Trident Regional, the Man Lion City A21 UK variant, as well as these, the MMC Volvo 200s, and he also brought out the DAF Spectre, which is absolutely amazing bus. He's done a fantastic job of them, and he deserves all the credit in the world. Unfortunately now I believe he stepped away from making anything else. He was making some other DLCs. I believe he was making solos, Metro Riders and what have you, and then he changed his mind and said he's quitting from it, he doesn't want to do it no more. Which is a great big disappointment, because V3D was a great developer. I mean, if you look at what you get with this bus, and this was free vehicles, he's absolutely fantastic what he does. It's a shame to see him give up, but also the Omsi community, well, especially the UK side of the Omsi community, can be quite toxic at times and bitter, and I believe he was getting a lot of abuse for things, so I can understand why he'd want to quit. It's just a shame to see good developers walk away because of people don't appreciate things and can't respect one another. And then the thing is, these sort of people, the same people that will throw a paddy and kick off at the fact that they're not getting things anymore. And it's like, well, you know, if we weren't so ungrateful towards things at the start, you would get them. So it's his own fault. But people don't seem to understand that these days. So the plans for my company in the future, this company is going to be basically just become a UK based company only. In the past I've had European maps, German maps and vehicles and etc on here. But from now on I'm just going to start being UK only, and I'm going to be mainly focusing on being a London bus company. Even though it's not my area of expertise, that's sort of where my company's going to be. It's just a London company. Obviously when Yorkshire Free comes out I will expand over to that. I mean, I am expanding over maps as it is, but my main central base map, if you will, the main base of operations is going to be London. Here we go, Crystal Palace. There's a good street deco over there. There might be a Gemini 3, I'm not sure. I'll have to check because some of them I've made a repaint for and some I haven't repainted yet. Go end of the route. Fantastic. So let's see what we've got here. Is that a street decker or is that a B5? Let's have a look. That is a street decker. Yes, I made a repaint for that. So thank you very much, guys. Hope you've made it to the end of the video. I'm going to leave it here for now. I will carry on making some more videos later on in the week. It's just a quick comeback into the YouTube to let everyone know what's going on, what's coming, and you can expect regular videos to start being uploaded onto YouTube. So if you've made it to the end, well done. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, press the notifications button for the latest videos, and I appreciate the time it is taking to watching, if you do watch. Like I said, there's loads more, of course. Subscribe, press the notifications button. And thank you very much, and I'll see you all next time. Thank you very much and enjoy yourself. Stay safe, stay at home, protect the NHS, lives and all that rubbish. Bye for now.